Hello and welcome to the Radical Podcast, inspired by the essence of the word radical, proceeding from the root. We explore the roots of metaphysical wisdom.
This season is all about divination, tarot, and the power held within our intuition. This is The Radical with Nicole and Christina, the two metaphysical girls in the material world.
Hello, listeners. Welcome to the Radical Podcast. I'm Christina.
And I'm Nicole.
Today we are talking about the Court of Wands. This is the first episode in Leo season of this year, but this is the final episode of our season 2 podcast series. No, and this is also episode 100. The next podcast, we will still be in Leo season, but we will have moved on with our season 3 themes and topics, archetypes, houses, the groups of cards. I got so excited. I started making notes and making lists, my specialty, and it is going to be such an exciting season 3. I can't wait. Can't wait. We are fully present here for this final episode of the second season, and we are projecting all good vibes forward. But first, we are going to talk about the Court of Wands. I have been enjoying doing the court cards, and this is the final group. Wands are batons. They are the clubs in our modern day playing cards. They could be staves, seeds, acorns. What are they in your Medicine Woman deck? Pipes?
They are pipes.
But you will, yes, there's other representations of wands in lots of different tarot decks. But the meaning of wands is all the same. It is desire. It is the soul. It is our internal fire and will, ambition, goals, and dreams. This is also creativity and inspiration, instincts, travel, our spirituality.
Wands can be the suit for manifestation. Personal power makes a ton of sense. But manifestation, I had never really thought about that or associated it with wands, but as it pertains to our personal power, it fits. And then energy work.
Let's get into the correspondences. For the Page of Wands, it's number 11. It has the rank of page, but in some decks, it is also the number 11. Page could be called the page, the princess, the Amazon, daughter, maiden, apprentice. It's got a youthful, young energy to it. The seasonal energy of the Page of Wands is the season of summer and that fire and that heat. The element, pages are earth, and the suit is wands, and that's fire. It's earth in the suit of fire. Polarity is yin. The pages are yin energy. Yes or no, this is a yes. This is like a very strong yes to me, the page energy of wands.
Mm-hmm.
And the Tree of Life, it's associated with the 10th sphere of Malkuth, which is kingdom. That is the physical world ruled by the earth. The chakra can be the root chakra, Muladhara, meaning the root or the base. That's our foundation and our grounding. It's a sense of safety, stability, and also the physical world. The crystal red stones, red earthy stones. I've got some red jasper that I absolutely love because it looks earthy and it's got such a warmth to it. And I do love the color red. But the red jasper in some crystal healing circles is known as the supreme nurturer because it's tied closely to the root chakra and promote vitality with that red color, balance, and focus. Symbols on this card from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and then also some of our cards once we get there. The black salamanders on the fabric of the page. That is, the salamanders generally are thought to be a fire-loving creature, and also in some cultural circles a fireproof creature. That is very symbolic of the creature. They are not actually fireproof, an actual salamander. This is an attribute of the animal in a symbolic sense. Do you see that the page is standing there with this very tall wand and the page is gazing at the wand? This is something I didn't notice until I read it in my book, that the wand is taller than the page. And it means that page has got big ideas, but not as much experience. The ideas are larger than the experience of this youthful character. And the budding leaves, yeah, I like that a lot. And also that the page is gazing at the wand. And the budding leaves, the buds on the wand in this card, that is the fire, because it means that the wand is alive still, that it's budding those leaves. You'll see the 3 pyramids in the background. Pyramids are symbols for fire. They have a base made of 4 corners, and then the sides are 3, and the 4 for earth, and then the 3 for fire. And also for pyramids, there's grand design, wisdom, and establishment with the pyramids, and that is a yang energy. And although the page is a yin energy, fire itself is a yang energy. It's a projective, forceful energy. And that arid landscape, the orange and the red, is also for yang. And look at the colors of this card: yellow, orange, and red. It's very warm and energetic. It also feels very physical world to me.
Do you see the page's boot where it's
Yes.
kind of folded down? They look like upside down flames.
That is a style choice that several of the family members of the Court of Wands is used. They have the same tailor because that feature is on some of the other members of the Wand family. But yes, that is another detail that it is very. Oh, and there's a red feather in the cap of the page, which is tied to that life force and that vitality.
Yeah.
The Knight of Wands, number 12. Could be the Knight, Prince, Jack, Knave, sometimes the Sun, Priestess. It could be Priestess, Mother energy, and also Totem energy. It's still youthful, but a little more older and a little more mature than the page. The zodiac sign for this card is the Sagittarius. The house is the 9th house. Knights are fire, and wands, this is fire in the suit of fire. The modality is mutable fire. Polarity is yang for the knight. Yes or no, this is a yes. Tree of life, this is the 6th sphere of Tiphareth for beauty, harmony, and glory, ruled by the sun. This is just a fiery, active, projecting card. The chakra, solar plexus, the Manipura, that Agni, which is that word for fire, that internal fire of our soul and of our, also like our, if you do yoga practices where you do the breath of fire, that is all solar plexus, building up that heat and that energy in the body. The crystal can be garnet, which is the Sagittarius birthstone, and garnet is also it's a gem in jewelry, but it's also a stone. I have like a little garnet crystal, and also I have things that are the color of garnet that I use when I'm thinking about garnets. Like, it doesn't have to be a garnet, it could be the color that you associate with that stone. Garnets historically have been used as protective talismans against negative energy and physical dangers. It's believed to be a shield. Okay, moving into the symbols. The flames, the horse's mane, the plume of the knight's visor, the fabric coming off of the shoulder and the elbow, and also the rippling of their tunic is all shaped like flames. And it's all very active. It's a lot of movement. The knight is on a brown horse. You see how the reins are very tight, and there's an element of being in control of the energy of your forward momentum here, but also the horse's front legs are kind of in a stance where there's an element of like dancing or dressage or a little bit of
Hmm.
showmanship here with the knight and the horse that listeners you may feel in this card. You're not the only ones that feel that. That is a thing. Some people do look at this card and they see a bit of showiness energy, a little bit of that dressage energy, but also control. The wand on this again has budding leaves to represent that fire. We've got the salamander fabric from the tailor that clothes all the the whole family. And again, you'll see the three pyramids and the arid landscape, very similar to the landscape in the Page of Wands. Here we do a shift with the Queen of Wands, number 13, the Queen, Mother, Matriarch, Foremother, Witch, or Lodge. This is a more mature energy. The zodiac sign for the Queen of Wands is Aries, rules the first house. This is water in the suit of fire. The modality is cardinal fire. That is the Aries first house energy. The polarity is yin. The yes or no is a yes. The tree of life is the third sphere of Binah, understanding, and also the feminine principle, ruled by Saturn. And the chakra here I see with the queen is creative fire. Creative fire. For me, that is the sacral chakra and also the solar plexus chakra. Those stand out to me the most. Listeners, you probably have some of your own ideas there with the chakra energy for this card. And for the crystal, I had a lot of fun thinking about the crystals for the Queen of Wands. And I was like, it needs to be something glowy and fiery and orange or yellow, but warm. Amber. Do you guys have any amber in your collection or any amber jewelry? I've got a couple pieces of amber and it's fossilized tree resin. And it actually, in some cultures, it's actually considered the energy literally of the sun, petrified or fossilized on Earth. So it is a very solar energy, amber. But it's also warm. Oh, captured sunlight is what it's called. But it's also warm, and it stands for endurance because it is a fossil. But that may resonate with you. But also, I don't own a fire opal, and I don't think I've ever seen one in real life. I've seen them like maybe for sale on TV or something, but I want one. I'm going to see if I could source one locally or if I find one secondhand somewhere. I don't even need it to be a real fire opal. It just needs to kind of like look like a fire opal. But the fire opal was found in ancient Mesoamerica, primarily in the Mexico region is where this gem comes from. And metaphysically, the fire opals stimulate the sacral and the root chakra, and they promote healthy energy, healthy passion, and creative expression. Fire opal. It's on my list. List of things, along with my Doreen Virtue Oracle card deck. It's just, and my hand mirror, my antique hand mirror that I'm out looking for. The symbols for our Queen of Wands. Okay, the first thing, the black cat. You know, the first thing I see is any animals in there. And the black cat, oh, so in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, there is a black cat on this card. But in other decks, there is a strong use of the leopard in the symbology with the Queen of Wands. Listeners that you may see, one of my decks has a leopard with the queen, but the black cat in this one, and the black cat absorbs, like black absorbs light. So the black cat is your energetic shield in the home and when you're doing your energy work. Also in the spiritual and even the like Carl Jung, I don't know how to say Jungian. Is that how you would say it?
Yeah.
The black cat is a bridge between conscious and unconscious worlds. They're deep intuition, psychic awareness, and trusting your inner voice. So not only is it a cat, which kind of lives in that subconscious, but a black cat on top of that has even a little more of that metaphysical bridge subconscious energy associated with it. There's also lions here Remember, we did that podcast about female deities and lions, and here we are. Lions represent loyalty, protections, and guardians. There's also a red cat brooch, that amulet for power, protection. The sunflower, the other huge symbol on this one, and that is a symbol of solar energy, growth, and illumination. I love this card. It is yellow and orange and gold. And now look at the landscape. Pyramids on one side, and what's on the other side? A body of water. So there's the duality in this card. Do you see a body of water? I see a body. There's a flat area. There's pyramids, and then there's...
I'm going to look at your card compared to mine.
Mine doesn't, it's white. It's not even blue. It has like a blue sky, and then it's just like a white space.
Mine looks like a boulder or a rock because it matches that slate gray of the base that her throne is on. So it doesn't give me the impression of water, but
there's definitely a difference in the two sides of the card. For the King of Wands, number 14 could be the king, the father, also crone, sage, and exemplar. This is a very senior, mature character. This is zodiac sign Leo, ruling the 5th house, element air in the suit of fire, because kings are air. The modality is fixed fire. This is Leo season, right in the middle of that beautiful summer season that we have. This is a yes card. The tree of life, it's the second sphere of Shakma or Shokma for wisdom, masculine principle ruled by Neptune. The throat chakra, I always feel for the kings as the projective energy of the king's energy. And the crystal, it could be ruby, which is the Leo birthstone. And rubies embody passion and protection and prosperity. In Sanskrit and in that culture, it was the king of precious stones, and it was vitality and power and courage. And it could be a ruby, it could be a ruby colored stone. It could be something that represents a ruby to you. I was also drawn to like black shiny stones. I have coal in my collection because of where I'm from originally in the United States, and I have pieces of coal that I pick up when I'm out visiting my hometown area. But you might have a volcanic glass. I really like the thought of that fire generating with coal and volcanic glass, and I feel like that kind of fits with the king. But coal and crystal healing and other metaphysical traditions, they have anthracite coal and also peacock coal, which is bornite. It symbolizes grounding, transmutation, and inner vitality. So some coal might be a fun thing to go out and find, or just just a black shiny rock that you find outside that looks like coal. For the symbols, the wand with 4 buds, the 4 is the connection to the emperor, and the kings are an aspect of the emperor. The salamanders on the fabric for that fireproof element, salamanders on the throne, but also the king has a live salamander with them to really enforce that fireproof energy, or that a fire affinity. Strong lions, again on this one, on the throne, and the king has a lion amulet around their neck to connect them to that Leo energy. And also lions, royalty, strength, protection, and guardians.
We're going to move into the court cards and the minor arcana cards that they oversee. The Page of Wands does not oversee any minor arcana cards because the pages rule the seasons. The page rules the season of summer. This court card is Earth in the suit of fire. Or, alternatively, it could be seen as air in the suit of fire, whichever one resonates with you. The Knight of Wands is Sagittarius and fire in the suit of fire. The Knight of Wands oversees the following 3 decans and therefore the following 3 minor arcana cards: Cancer 3, the 4 of Cups, Leo 1, the 5 of Wands, and Leo 2, the 6 of Wands.
Oh, I could totally see the 6 of Wands and the Knight of Wands. That's kind of like that dressage and that little bit of looking for attention or showing off.
The 4 of Cups can convey this sort of like apathy and disenchantment. And the Knight of Wands in reverse can represent a lack of focus or follow through. So kind of this like stagnant, bored, apathetic mood. The 5 of Wands is an adrenaline rush. The card itself in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a group of young people having a practice battle with their wands. In our modern world, since we're not whacking people with wooden sticks on a regular basis anyway, we could think about pressure cooker energy, brainstorming energy, working hard to meet a deadline, or some kind of other adrenaline rush. And the Knight of Wands here brings its energy of bold and fearless action. And then for the 6 of Wands, this is that victorious, expansive, celebratory energy, with the Knight of Wands bringing its energy of enthusiasm. The Queen of Wands, zodiac sign Aries, and water in the suit of fire. She oversees the 3rd Pisces decan, the 10 of Cups, the 1st Aries decan, the 2 of Wands, and the 2nd Aries decan, the 3 of Wands. With the 10 of Cups, we have that pinnacle or peak of contentment and joy. And the Queen of Wands is very heart-centered and radiant, and that comes through in the 10 of Cups as well. The 2 of Wands is the energy of ambition and desire, and the Queen of Wands adds motivation and vitality. And the 3 of Wands as the manifestation waiting period. Which is fun because I'm just now remembering at the beginning of this episode, we talked about wands representing energy work, manifestation, the magic wand. And the Queen of Wands is sometimes called the Witch of the Tarot. So she's definitely magical and brings her witchy powers to this manifestation waiting period. And the King of Wands, zodiac sign Leo, air in the suit of fire, or alternatively, you could see it as earth, the kings as earth in the suit of fire. The idea being kings have the ability to coalesce these different energies, and earth can do the same thing. And the King of Wands oversees the 3rd Scorpio decan, the 7 of Cups, the 1st Sagittarius decan, the 8 of Wands, and the 2nd Sagittarius decan, the 9 of Wands. With the 7 of Cups, we have an abundance of choices. And the King of Wands is able to maintain inspiration and focus and cut through that haze, that fog, that confusion that comes with an abundance of choice. The 8 of Wands, we have swift movement and action. This is one of 2 cards with no people.
The 3 of Swords.
Yep. So we have swift movement, we have action, and the King of Wands adds to this energy this enterprising leadership quality. And the 9 of Wands, vigilance and readiness, combined with the King of Wands, strength and personal power. Okay, card comparisons. I am using Mystic Mondays and Light Seers tarot decks in my Medicine Woman tarot guidebook. Her description for the Page of Wands is feel your body as a channel of power. I loved that. And so I kind of held on to that idea or that concept when I was looking at the 2 decks I am using for card comparisons. In Mystic Mondays, we have a figure standing in tree pose. Her arms are gently outstretched, and in her right hand, she is holding on to a wand, like maybe using it for balance. But the top of the wand is illuminated in this light blue color. So that is definitely giving some magic wand vibes. Light blue
Mm-hmm.
can convey ease. And for the page or the princess of wands, as she is named in this deck, this can be the ease of which the page can channel new ideas. I made a little note that in Mystic Mondays, only the princess slash page and the king in this deck have this glowy, illuminated tip of
Mm-hmm.
the wand. Also, in the Princess of Wands and Mystic Mondays, there's two mountains in the background. And mountains can symbolize a lot of things, including having a vision. And one manifestation technique is visualization. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
In the Light Seers deck, we have a figure kind of tossing a wand overhead, and both the wand and the figure are encircled in this orb of light. And the figure looks like she has just taken a small leap or jump in the air as she maybe tossed the wand upwards. She's also gazing upwards, looking at the wand that's airborne. And her body posture feels very open to me, like her heart space is very
Mm-hmm.
open. This card feels very magical.
For the Page of Wands, starting in the Spirit Song Tarot, it's called the Page of Acorns. The author has chosen the monkey with the keywords of discovery and enthusiasm. A group of monkeys is often called a troop. Now, the monkey that is in the card or illustrated on the card, to me, looks like a type of squirrel monkey. And they are small, highly intelligent New World primates that are found in Central and South American tropical rainforests. Squirrel monkey is a spirit animal, embodies high energy, curiosity, deep social bonding, and playful intelligence. It encourages joy, adaptability, and the use of cleverness to navigate life's challenges. And they're small, agile creatures. They teach us to keep our balance, to keep a light heart, and stay loyal to your community and your family. That's Page of Wands. I get that energy.
Yeah.
The Wild Unknown Tarot is using a family of snakes for the Court of Wands. And this is the Daughter of Wands, keywords visionary and passionate. And here we have a delicate orange snake in a graceful figure 8 around a red flowering blooming wand. In the Secrets of the Witch's Garden, this is the Page of Wands, keyword spellcaster. We have a fire spirit with their white fox spirit animal bursting out of a burning tree log. And you could think that possibly that tree log was struck by lightning or that the fire spirit just burst out of it, just out of pure creativity. But I like how the fire spirit is looking at the flame in their hand, like the Page of Wands and the Rider Waite
Mm-hmm.
Smith deck is looking at the end of their wand. And in the Sacred She Tarot, this is the 11 of fire. The name of the card is Self Expression. And this is just a watercolor explosion of warm, beautiful colors with a central character just lost in their own dance, in their own head, in their own expression of their warmth and their vitality. The author writes in their guidebook, "Summon your muse now. She awaits acceptance of her invitation to play. This card urges you to creatively and with gusto express something of yourself. Age, appropriateness, and a polished skill set are irrelevant here. Give yourself full permission to mess about and discover."
I really like all of those cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, they're all striking in their own
Mm-hmm.
way.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Knight of Wands. In Mystic Mondays, we have a figure dressed in all blue, and he's sort of like casually and lightly holding a wand in his right hand. But it's not exactly like he's holding it because his hand is open. So the wand is just, do you notice that? Like,
Yeah.
he's not holding it, but it's in his hand. Looking forward to the King of Wands in Mystic Mondays, the king has a firm, closed grip on the wand that he's holding.
Mm-hmm.
The Knight's wand is more sort of like in the air, whereas the King's wand in this deck is like rooted in the ground beneath his feet. There's more stability with the King of Wands in Mystic Mondays as the wand actually makes contact with the ground. This Knight's wand does not. I did pull a note from the Zodiac Tarot Guidebook, and it says, first he acts, then he thinks. He doesn't have the awareness of the King of Wands. Often he does not know how to save energy, and it's possible that after an enthusiastic start, his energy quickly dims. So there is this idea with the Knight of Wands in this deck that he's not quite sure how to handle this wand properly just yet.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Lightseer's deck, the Knight of Wands, we have a figure kneeling, she's drumming, she's surrounded by 4 wands, and they're kind of like torches, and we have a horse in the background, very similar stance to the horse in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, that kind of showy dressage.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of orange on this card, which brings the senses of increased energy, warmth, power, courage, and creativity. When I look at this card, like, I can feel that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I put a little note here. When the fires are out and the drum stops beating, can this energy be sustained? And I think that's the central question of the night is we have this spark, but then how do we sustain it?
Mm-hmm. The Knight of Wands in the Spirit Song Tarot is called the Knight of Acorns. It is the boar. Keywords action and drive. A group of wild boars is called a sounder. The boar as a totem represents fearlessness, warrior strength, intense determination. It symbolizes a charge ahead approach to overcoming obstacles and challenges. There's a resilience and a self-reliance and protection and protective powers, and also a little bit of a stubborn nature here with the boar energy. As a spirit guide, it encourages honesty, confrontation of hidden truths, and fierce loyalty to family. just, just like the monkey. For the Wild Unknown Tarot, it's the Son of Wands. Keywords charming and adventurous. Here we have an alert, watchful snake. It's rearing up next to an upright wand, and there's intense energy radiating from the top of the wand with yellow and orange color halo. Very energetic card. In the Secrets of the Witch's Garden Tarot, it's the Knight of Wands. Keyword here is protector. The knight sits on a very dark colored horse, and the horse has like glowing red eyes. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of determination in the face of the knight here. There is the triangle fire symbol on the front of the vest. I couldn't think of the word for that article of clothing. The vest of the knight. The reins are held tight. The horse is rearing up. The wand in their hand is alight with flames. Their cloak is billowing out behind them. And this card is a dark red. There is an energy here. And also, I feel like kind of like a seriousness with this particular Knight of Wands, but also drive and motivation. In the Sacred Sheet Tarot, this is the 12 of Fire. The name of this card is Intention. And here we have a rider on a brown horse. Their eyes, the horse's eyes and the rider's eyes, are straight ahead. The rider has a sun symbol at their heart. Their hair is flowing back, and in their arms is a bow. And do you see what the arrow is? It's a red rose. Yes. There's like a flame colored clouds in the sky, beautiful embroidered blanket that the rider is sitting on. Look at their anklets on their ankle. There's like some, like, I don't know if there's gray hair for a little bit of wisdom in this night, or if that's maybe something that's in their hair, but the clothing and the hair and the energy of this card is also very flowy and has a little bit of the flame motif to it too. But that arrow is a red rose for your intention.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, the Queen of Wands. In Mystic Mondays, we have a figure. She is light blue, and she has long, dark blue hair. She's standing with a wand firmly planted on the ground. The background, we have a large orange sun bringing in our fiery yang energy and her blueness, I guess. In contrast of the fiery yang sun is making me think of like the cooling characteristic of yin energy.
Of water too.
Of water
Queens are
too.
water. What a nice visual on that card of those two elements.
Yeah, even though this queen is a fiery queen, she is water in the suit of fires. Having these elements in balance sort of stabilizes the energy, and it lets her work with the fiery and passionate energy in a way that the night couldn't do. And then in the Light Seers deck, the queen on this card is sitting on her sheepskin. That's what I think of.
How cool.
Now, she's sitting on this sheepskin with a black cat laying in front of her. She's holding a wand overhead in her left hand, her yin hand. And in her other hand, her right hand, her yang hand, she's holding in her palm a spark of fire. Because she's holding it the way she is, she's exhibiting this sort of control over the energy in her hand. And then she's surrounded by several lit tea lights. And I think this shows her ability to like scale the energy, but also to contain the energy. There's a certain mastery present that's represented, I think, by those tea lights.
The Queen of Wands in the Spirit Song Tarot is the Queen of Acorns. It's a deer. Keywords: passion and creativity. A group of deer are called a herd. The deer spirit animal symbolizes gentleness, intuition, grace, navigating life's challenges with a soft heart and a quiet strength. There's a sensitivity and an innocence, deep empathy with this deer spirit animal energy, but also spiritual renewal and personal transformation. As a totem animal or as a spirit guide, the deer, sharp instincts, spiritual insight, an ability to detect danger. And I love this, enabling quick, necessary changes in direction. For the Wild Unknown Tarot, this is the Mother of Wands. Keywords: attractive, domestic, and vibrant. And here we have a large black and white banded snake curled around a clutch of eggs with a wand across their body. The background is a warm red-orange. I love this card. It's so protective and caring and nurturing, but also do not mess with this Queen of Wands.
Right.
Yeah. Do not approach this particular queen or
It's
respect
sort of
this queen. Respect this queen. Yeah.
waiting for the eggs to hatch
Mm-hmm.
is a little bit like the manifestation waiting period.
Yes. Yes.
So we get some of that Three of Wands
Yes.
influence, a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm. Nurturing their creation,
Yeah.
growing their creation, growing their manifestation.
And kind of the Ten of Cups too, because it's like the
Yeah.
happy family.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I see
together.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The Secrets of the Witch's Garden Tarot. This is the Queen of Wands. Keyword charismatic. We have the queen holding a large glowing sunflower, long haired black cat just staring at you right at the feet of the queen. The queen is sitting in a field of sunflowers. The sky is that warm, pinky orange hue of, a sunrise or a sunset. It's like a summery sunrise or sunset. The queen's crown is fire. It's sparks of fire or little flames of fire. And as the queen holds the sunflower in her right hand, she's holding a ball of flame in her left hand. And she has beautiful, looks like jewels on her skin, some tribal like flame tattoos or henna work, maybe real tattoos or temporary tattoos or henna work on her body and on her leg. And she's barefoot sitting in that field in her beautiful robes and her cloak spread out around behind her. So charismatic, so warm, so inviting. I want to go hang out with her 100% and bring my own black cat, Sunny, with me. We can hang out in a field of sunflowers. For the Sacred She Tarot, this is the 13 of fire. Keyword here, or the card name, is spontaneity. The character is in this card. They are owning this whole card. Here's that leopard spirit animal I mentioned. Other decks use a leopard with the Queen of Wands and, leopard or a black cat. Here's the leopard. The queen is wearing a very vibrant red. The dress they're wearing almost looks like it's made of lava. The background is orange and red, a beautiful orangey, yellowy red. And they're holding a mask with like a peregrine or an eagle face right in front of their face. And it looks like that the figure is pregnant, representing that creativity and that incubation and that creative force.
Mm-hmm. Last up, the King of Wands. In Mystic Mondays, we have our king standing in a, I think, powerful stance, holding the wand firmly in his left hand, his yin hand. The colors on this card, I think, also convey, as we've seen throughout the balance of yin and yang. We have some cooler blues mixed with warm oranges and yellows. As mentioned, the tip of his wand is glowing, just like the Princess of Wands in this deck. And he definitely gives like the sense of like rooted, stable power. And that of like being a warrior and having experience as well. In the Light Seers deck, we have a king standing wearing just jeans and a t-shirt, nothing fancy. I kind of like that.
I do too.
There's
Because
something like
I still
humble.
feel, yeah, but it's still powerful. It
Yeah.
still projects power. Yeah.
Yeah. This king holds a wand in his right yang hand. On top of the wand, there's this like fiery crown. In the background, we have an actual animal lion, not like a symbol. It's like he's there. I'm getting like humble, quiet confidence from this card. He's definitely, like I said, not dressed to impress. He's very approachable. He seems very like calm, cool, and collected. And the lion also seems rather stoic. Like he's there as like this figure of like force, but he's very calm seeming also. And so, if fire can be unpredictable and run wild, the king and the lion in this card have harnessed that energy, and they have mastery and control and like authority over that energy rather than the fire having the power and
Mm-hmm.
authority.
The King of Wands in the Spirit Song Tarot is the King of Acorns. It's a horse, keywords optimism and innovative. A group of horses is called a herd. The horse is a spirit animal, represents personal drive, passion, unbridled appetite for freedom. Horses symbolize strength and stamina, the ability to overcome obstacles. They act as a guide to balance your wild, instinctive nature with your tamed, focused path. And as a totem or as a spirit guide, the horse encourages taking initiative, acting on dreams, and finding your inner power. The Wild Unknown Tarot, the Father of Wands, keywords charismatic and creative. And here we have a large, this is probably a cobra, snakes with hoods, which is that part of their scales that open up on either side of their head. They're used as a defensive mechanism to appear larger. And this cobra is reared up. The wand is held in the coils of its body, and there is a red orange lightning bolt striking the ground behind them. That bolt of lightning is that creative element. In the Secrets of the Witch's Garden Tarot, we have the King of Wands. Keyword here, or the name of this, is leader. And here we have a very earthy Fire King. The king's throne is made of wood. There's two lions on the ends of the throne that tie to Leo. There's moths swarming around the warmth and the light of this king. Fireflies are drawn to the king. There's a scorpion on the king's hand, which can be like the strength, but also I think it's also a little bit of a tie to the like fireproof nature, like the salamander and the scorpion, just kind of like could be tied to that. The king is wearing an Ouroboros necklace, which is a snake biting its own tail, is that infinity symbol and of strength. And the crown of this king are antlers with the three flames coming out the crown of their head. This king is robed in red, sitting in the forest. It looks like a summer's night with his lantern on the end of his wand. Just again, very warm, very earthy. The Sacred She Tarot. This is the 14 of Fire. This card is named Integrity. And here we have faces. We have generational faces of a young child in a red t-shirt with a phoenix on their t-shirt, an older man with their arms crossed and a nice earthy brown t-shirt. There is a flower motif behind them, and then the face above their two faces is a lion. There's two Egyptian stylized eyes on this as well, and that could be the Eye of Thoth, which is an ancient Egyptian symbol representing wisdom, knowledge, intuition, and magical protection. All three characters have a steady gaze looking directly ahead, and there are, I feel, flame motifs on the top part of the card on either side of the lion, but it feels generational, it feels protective. And like I said, the name of this card is integrity, and you feel that in the steadiness and of the confidence of the characters in this card and the way they're standing and the way they're projecting their energy. A very warm card.
Looking for the story in the Court of Wands, I pulled some quotes from various books and guidebooks that I have to put together this story. So, the Page of Wands, my Tarot Fundamentals book, says when you experience the thrill of the moment with no thought to long-term plans, this is the Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands, allow spontaneity into your choices and gift yourself the freedom to shift your reality to match your desires. That came from Light Seers, and so do the next two. So the Queen of Wands, make sure fiery bursts of productivity are accompanied by laughter, gratitude, connection, appreciation, and love. The King of Wands, the card of moguls, masterpieces, and soul inspiration. The King of Wands calls you to unleash that offbeat weirdo that you've got inside and be absolutely unapologetic in your pursuit of the stellar. That sounds so Leo to me. A collection of words, the Page of Wands, creativity, passion, inspiration, vitality. The Page of Wands is curious, exploratory, adventurous, optimistic, zesty, playful, uninhibited, and courageous. Our Knight of Wands has charisma and enthusiasm. The Knight is spontaneous, impetuous, takes the initiative, and is all about swift results and bold action, and has a quality of being fearless. The Queen of Wands exudes power, confidence, perhaps even intensity. She's competent, sensible, assertive, influential, radiant, vibrant, dignified, authentic, magical, witchy, attractive. And attractive in the sense that she, if we think about personal power and manifestation, she's able to attract to her the things she wants. The Queen is also, she also symbolizes warmth and joy. She's motivated, ambitious, and takes heart-centered action. The King of Wands is a natural leader. He symbolizes expertise, acumen. He's enterprising, magnetic, bold, representing strength, personal power, integrity, independence, remaining inspired. So having that ability to sustain inspiration. Also a symbol of success, conscientiousness. This king is generous, loyal, mature, and devoted. In reverse, the Page of Wands could convey limiting beliefs or being overcommitted or unreliable.
In the Secrets of the Witch's Garden, there's a question to ask yourself if you get this card in reverse to write the reversal. The question for the Page of Wands is, how can I be young again?
Ooh, that's a good one. In reverse, the Knight of Wands could convey hesitation or impulsiveness. The Knight in reverse could be about reckless, hasty, or careless choices, actions, or behaviors, unfinished projects, being unfocused, having a lack of follow through, or being argumentative.
The question here is, how far am I willing to go?
In reverse, the Queen of Wands could be about self-sabotage, being afraid or fearful of taking risks, having a low sense of self-worth, being self-conscious, or even contentious towards other people.
The question here to write the reversal: how can I fuel the fires within?
And in reverse, the King of Wands could be intolerant, severe, oppressive, or reactive.
The question here: is it okay to walk away from this behavior? I have the messages from the universe from the Solitary Witch Oracle deck. 2 cards.
Yes. Okay.
Pick 1 or 2. First card is card 2, Her Herb Garden. She sees the result of many years of quiet work. Some said this was an impossible garden. The wrong soil, too much wind, not even water. Nothing much could grow here, so they said. But she persisted and nurtured and tended and cared, and over time, these elements were woven into a place that could support the green life she longed for. Here, there are herbs to burn for clearing a home of energy that stills its life force. There are herbs that bring peace at night and deep, sweet sleep. Between these, there grow herbs to ease sore throats, to brighten the eyes, to soften the skin, to bring about desire, to make love last, to protect a sailor when storms come, and to help a traveler return safely home. She has grown all of these, crooned them under moonlight as though to children who need love and guidance to grow strong and well. Now she sees what she has created and plans for the first harvest, and the many potions and teas, smoking bundles, and hair washes she will create. But first, a moment to thank the Great Mother for giving her the foresight to grow nearly all she needs. The abundance that is the earth's gifts, her strength, and a true purpose of being able to care for herself, and how to help the world grow through her gentle hands, broken-nailed, coarse, and full of power. The meaning: herbal magic, growing a garden, self-sufficiency in magic, and herbs grown with love and integrity for magical work. The second card is card 5, the comforts of friendship. A friend drops by. The witches sip tea and talk of their dreams, whiling away the afternoon in the most pleasant companionship. Some think that because she is alone in her work, there is loneliness, but this is not so. She has close friends of the soul who now and again turn up, and time is spent chatting, sharing memories, hopes, and desires. Their talk flows like the river, and laughter echoes around the room. Together they remember who they have been and reimagine who they will become. Their craft, their herbs, and their wisdom are shared. Their stories, their support, and their love for each other have continued and evolved over years and will endure. From time to time, they meet up and read for each other or stare into the bottom of their teacups, contemplate the shapes that emerge, and share these for each other. But most of all, they relax into the fullness of themselves. Each is completely open to the experience of the others. Their like-mindedness is not forced, and there is no censorship of mind or thoughts. This is friendship. This is companionship, and this too is what you deserve, magical one. The meaning: companions of the soul, long-term friends, being known and understood.
That one was so lovely.
Yes.
Thank you,
The
universe.
solitaire. Yes. Thank you, universe.
Well,
We're done.
Season 2, complete, listeners. We will be back next week with our first season 3 episode and our first archetype. So until then, thank you and we love you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode. The Radical Podcast is created and produced by Nicole and Christina.
Music by Van Horton. His Instagram is Van Horton Music. Stay in touch with us at linktr.ee/theradicalpodnc.